I'm Dr. Tranquility, Lydia Belgium, and I have found and loved and adored an amazing panel of women and people that I have had the pleasure to work with. And Amy's new to me, but I met her and I was like, you've got to come and you've got to do this thing I'm doing. It's small, but it's going to be great. And she was leading breath work exercises at the time. And so I'm going to have each of them tell you their story. And what they're going to talk about is following your passion. And what does that mean, really? Well, following what you believe in and feeling aligned with what you're doing. So they have each, in their own unique ways, followed passion and made moves.
My name is Amy, aka DJ Coma. I'm a DJ and a Kundalini yoga and meditation teacher, and those two things have kind of fused themselves together in a very creative way that I had zero expectation for or vision for to begin with. So I guide a lot of rhythmic and dynamic meditation experiences with an emphasis on very thoughtfully curated sound, and also with an emphasis on you being a human broadcast system and discerning what you're broadcasting and what you're receiving as well. So it's kind of working with the human anatomy in a technological way and in a very musical and symphonic way. So these experiences have kind of brought my experience in nightlife into a wellness context. And why that happened, I think, was for my own personal healing, if you will. I started DJing when I was around 20, but I had always been making mixtapes and ripping music off the internet. I had LimeWire, I had Napster, I had all the music download services. In high school, making playlists for my basketball warm-ups and these sorts of things. And I grew up with two older brothers, and one of my closer older brothers was always kind of the music aficionado. He would always EQ my speakers and take care of all the tech side of things. And when I was 16, he was killed. So that removed a huge part of my life at a very young age, and had a lot of traumatic domino effect in a variety of other ways. I spent, I want to say, most of my college days without a vision or a trajectory of where I was going or what I was doing. I was still playing basketball, and that can only take you so far, and you're in athletics, but I think I was just so discombobulated at a young age that I wasn't looking into the future. I was just still dealing with a lot of pain for a very long time. So his impact on my life and being very musical, when that was removed, I then realized that if I wanted to pursue a dream of mine, which was DJing, because he had friends in and out that were DJs, then I would have to learn it myself. I didn't have him there anymore to kind of teach me or to do it for me. So then through that experience, I think part of that healing was becoming a DJ, learning all the technical side of things. It's a very male-driven industry, so it's very intimidating. I come from the Bay Area, which is a huge turntablist culture, which in itself is an incredible craft. But it is very intimidating to get into. So I moved to LA, went to this place called Scratch Academy, super welcoming, took a workshop so I could understand turntables, understand the tech side of things, to then allow the music to move through me and the technology more seamlessly. And with that, developing my career as a DJ in nightlife, recognizing that was not fulfilling. I love playing music, but at some point you kind of just see or seek purpose in what you're doing, and I wasn't quite finding it. I did find the unity and the celebration aspect, which I really, really enjoyed. But by the end of my set, people would just be a completely different person. They would be demolished from drugs and alcohol, whatever they were doing that night. They would turn completely different, and I, as the DJ, I'm kind of holding space for this, and you're seeing it develop and develop. And for me, that was kind of a wake-up call. I removed myself out of nightlife for a while because I didn't feel like it was serving me, and I felt like it was also triggering a lot of other things that had also happened. So moving kind of through adversity, I think I found my path of healing, which was the Kundalini yoga and the meditation, and that was primarily because of the sound component, because you have gong baths at the end of the sessions, because you're working with mantra, which is really a refinement of your breath and your human body as an instrument. So I started to understand that we weren't separate from the music, that the music was us, and how could we express this in different ways that would uplift and serve rather than like numb and all the other things that it can do sometimes. So with that, I started DJing for a lot of different yoga classes and vinyasa, hot, whatever. Not really hot because it gets sweaty and the machinery won't withstand the sweat. But then Kundalini, and as I progressed down my path, building a refined understanding of entrainment and rhythm and how we can repattern ourselves if we're intentionally working with rhythm and the breath and how powerful that can be, and dance, and we all know how powerful that is. So I've been fusing all of those things for an experience called Kundalini Disco since 2016, I think is when we first started doing that. So I DJ, I teach, and then they come together kind of in a nice harmonious way. And it's been music, honestly, has been the passion, and it's just led me, and it continues to lead me. I have no idea where I'm going with it, but I'm just following.